Right, so good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining this month's GO1 webinar. My name's Erin. I'm part of the GO1 product team, and today I'll be giving you a sneak peek of some of the work the product team are doing, but also I'm joined by a very special guest. We have IT training expert Craig Jensen on the line. He is CEO of LearnNowOnline. So to get us started, given we have Craig here, I thought we'd have a chat to him before we go over the product updates. So a bit of background to LearnNowOnline. Technical difficulties. There we go. LearnNowOnline provides e-learning solutions for SMEs through to large multinational corps. They're well known for their developer and design training within the e-learning community particularly. So we're really lucky to have Craig, CEO, joining us to talk about IT training. He does have an extensive background in technology. As you can see, he was CFO of ProX, VP of Data Serve, Audit Supervisor for Deloitte, and he does have a Master of Science. So welcome, Craig. Very excited to have you today and hear your insights as a subject matter expert on IT training. I thought it would be good to pick your brains, get a bit of a background from you, on why you think it's important for businesses to offer IT training.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for including me on this webinar, and I look forward to talking with you. The one question that you had is why it's invaluable for businesses. There's a quote that was said by Zig Ziglar, which it kind of lays out the goods and the bads. It's what's worse than training your employees and losing them? And the answer is not training them and keeping them. And that really holds true in terms of training for businesses in general. Training IT creates the following values for a company. It strengthens those skills that each employee needs to improve. Everybody needs to continue to grow and learn new things, and it strengthens that within the company. It brings all employees to a higher level, so they all have similar skills and knowledge. It creates a culture of growth and learning. So within a company right now, because of the demand of IT personnel, it's hard to hire people. There's more jobs than there are people. So you really want to create a culture of growth and learning within the company, within the IT department, and it'll assist in recruitment, getting new people in. It'll improve employee morale. The retention of employees will increase, and it creates a highly effective and efficient IT staff. There was a study that was done recently that identified that for every employee that you lose, it costs the employer about 33% just to get a new employee in. And that within the IT group, that's even higher because it's hard to find people. So I think it's for businesses not to offer your staff IT training, that will be a negative because it becomes a really high value item for employees that are in IT.
Okay, I mean, you've touched upon highly efficient IT staff and how general IT training can assist with that, but also beyond basic IT training, there's so many certifications now available for IT professionals. In your opinion, if you're looking at certifications, where do you begin?
You know, I think the main thing somebody needs to do, a company needs to look at what role people have. So if the role is one of a cybersecurity engineer, it's going to encompass certain certifications. If the person is a systems administrator, it will encompass different certifications. So it really is almost creating an environment within the company where you're helping to career path the person to help get them where they want to be and where the company wants them to be. As a company goes through that, they're going to find that in some cases there will be no certifications. So, for instance, if you were a developer in a open source content, open source program language, there may not be certifications that you'd work with. However, if you're within, let's say, a cyber engineer, you can take for a cyber engineer 7 different certification exams encompassing 80 hours of training, and that will get you where you want to get to in the end. So you'll be an expert within the cybersecurity area. The same thing in the infrastructure or systems administration area. You can take certifications in the CompTIA area, A+, Net+, Cloud+, Security+, and also some Cisco training courses and certifications. So it's really, it's dependent solely on the role of the person and the role and future of that person within the organization.
Okay, so, I mean, listening to that, it seems there's many levels to IT training, and it can be sometimes complex. So, I mean, why is LearnNowOnline, which is who the company you're CEO of, a leader in the IT training field as a whole?
I think if you looked at LearnNowOnline, our training, our core competencies really are building content that is practical in nature. So you can take training courses that are more of a concept, more of what you might find in a college course, and our training is more practical in nature. So you're going to learn from an expert, not just concepts, but also how to do it. So all of the training that we do, if there are certifications offered in that area, we cover at least everything that needs to be in a certification course, and then we cover more than that also. So it really gives you a practical look at the field of development in IT. The other area that we're a little bit different in is that all of the templates of the courses are the same. So if you're taking a course or a series of courses to become a web developer, you could end up taking 6 to 8 courses to get there, but each one of the courses, even though covering different material, would have a similar template, a similar instructional design, so that a learner doesn't have to take one course and then go to the next course and try to figure out the format that particular instructor uses. So that makes it more efficient from a learning standpoint from the learner. The other thing that is really helpful is utilizing our training as reference material. So generally, people think of taking a training course to pass an exam, and they think once they do that, they'll never need it again. And generally, whether you're in instructor-led class or an e-learning class, you're going to learn the material, but you will not retain it all. So it's really good to use the material as reference material after the fact. So our content will take you from beginner all the way to advanced, and then it can be utilized later as reference material, which is valuable going forward. The last thing that I wanted to touch on, just in terms of the quality of the exam, or of the course, is that many training courses will have a video and that's it. And we cover multiple modalities. So if you wanted to watch the video and learn, you could do that. If you wanted to read a book or read the transcripts and learn from that, you could do that. Also, if you were a person that learned best by actually doing the labs, doing the sample code, we also have that included in our courseware also. So our courses include the video, books, labs, sample code, and then there's pre and post test exams that you can look at to see, one, what kind of score do you get before you took the course, and then what do you get when you come out of it. And really all of that together helps cement the learning for the customer as they go forward.
So GO1 clearly is very lucky to have some of your library and your courses, as you were talking about, available globally. I guess the question for everyone listening, the million-dollar question, is if users were going to go into the library today and pick some courses, what are the must-have ones they should include in their training programs?
You know, that's a hard question because on the pure IT part, so I'll take that second. But the first thing to think about, our IT training, we have it for developers and IT pros, but we also have IT training for non-IT staff. And one area that is very helpful is our security awareness course. You can either take a 2-hour course or a 6-hour course, and really it should be required by every corporation for everyone that utilizes a computer in their work. There's so many areas where a company can run into problems with malware, phishing, issues on downloading something they shouldn't. And our security awareness course really takes for an individual, it goes through all the risks and kind of helps from a practical standpoint to identify what they need to look for and how they need to be careful as they're going forward working at their job. So that really is every office worker. The second piece is really Microsoft Office training, which even someone that utilizes Office Excel, for an example, on a day-to-day basis, probably will take a course and they'll see a lot of things they know, but they'll also see a lot of things that they didn't have a clue that they could use. And a lot of tips and areas that they can become more efficient within their jobs. So I think that's also, Microsoft Office is a real must-have for anybody that's an office worker, utilizes Word or Excel. For myself, I use Excel all the time, and I've gone through training, testing it, looking at it, and have found an unbelievable number of things that I can do with it that I didn't know existed. So it's something that really everyone should do. I think for the tech staff, the IT staff, it's a harder question because the must-have really revolves around what their role is. So if somebody is a developer, security, in fact, will enter into everybody's job. So in the security area, there are many courses that should be looked at as required to take for IT personnel. OWASP is one that is a methodology or a framework that is really good to have implemented from a company standpoint. And so you really have to, I think, to say which one is a must-have for IT people, you have to look at what position they are, what role do they have within the IT department, and then develop that sequence of courses that they should take from that standpoint.
Great answer, Craig. I like that. I've noted those, especially the security awareness course down. that was it for today. I just had those few questions. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit, and I really appreciate you joining us this morning. I think everyone else as well has loved listening to you and your insights on IT training. And as we've talked about, LearnNowOnline content is available in premium. So I've noted those courses that Craig has mentioned down, and I'll put those in the Wrapup blog post if anyone is interested in looking into those after the webinar today. But apart from that, thank you, Craig, again for joining us. And I'll move on to the product part of the webinar. Thanks again, Craig. Okay, so today I'm just going to walk through a few sneak peeks of some of the work the product team is doing right now. So firstly, in quite an exciting update, we're beginning the rollout of personalized learning recommendations. I'm just going to mute you there, Craig. Oh, perfect, okay. In an exciting update, we do have these personalized learning recommendations rolling out in the coming weeks. So the work the product team is doing at the moment is aligned with many of the questions and requests we hear from you about wanting to increase user engagement with your training programs. So the work that we're doing is the first part of creating more tailored learning experiences for your staff, ultimately with the goal of improving engagement. So how we're doing that is we're saying goodbye to this learner profile that we released at the end of the year last year, and we're supercharging the data model behind that. So what I'm going to do is give you a sneak peek of the work we've done so far. It's still in development, so in the coming weeks it will be ready in its entirety. But here we are. So when this feature is released, new and existing learners will have a new setting in their account settings called recommendations. And what they can do is click through to this button, tell us more about yourself, and learners can choose and update their own personal topics of interest, what they want to learn. So once they've chosen the topics in this little pop-up here, they'll be presented with recommendations on their dashboard that are related directly to the topics they've chosen, with a much more thorough data model than we've previously had before. Now, also as part of this feature, we have an exciting addition of fortnightly email notifications. So we are using these emails with the intention of keeping users periodically engaged with Premium, with their platform, and with your training program, which is something we haven't actually ever done before. So these email notifications, they will feature trending content tailored directly to whatever the learner has selected here. And when we say trending, we're talking about enrollments and curated content based on some staff picks. So as a learner, you personally will be able to control whether you want to receive these email notifications, but also as an admin, you have the final decision at a portal level as to whether you want your learners to receive these email notifications. If you do have notifications at a portal level switched on, these email notifications will be switched on for default for learners. I would encourage you to switch them on if you don't, because we really believe this could be a great step in better engaging users with their platform. So look out for an in-app notification sometime in the month of June to let you know when this feature is live. Now moving on to another sneak peek. Here we go. We have a new Insights tab coming. This will be available for admins and it will be coming to early access mid-June. So what I'm talking about is this. Now this page is here to show you an overview of some key user stats and to help you basically find relevant and high quality content for your organization. So something interesting is this little box here. You can see content topics that are being used in organizations similar to yours based on your industry and your region. And then you can basically compare your portal stats and your engagement with those topics with that of the industry. So HR compliance would be very popular amongst admin support services in the US of A. If you think you want to enroll your staff in some of that content, you can click through and view content that fits under that topic, or you can click through if you have content portal selection and add HR compliance content that way. Also at the bottom of the page, we do have some suggestions of content we think you should add to your portal or assign to your learners based on what what is happening in your industry. So like I was saying, in this case, this portal is in the industry, admin and support services, and in the region of America. And the content popular in the topic of HR compliance are these Vardo courses here. And in the topic of IT software, it's these filtered courses here. So we make it really easy for you to just add those courses to your portal. We hope the feature will help you get an idea of the content topics that other people in your industry and region are doing, or it might fill some gaps in your training program if that's what you're looking for. Also, part of the Insights feature will be an email, which comes out monthly to admins, sending a wrap-up of the details you see on this page, which is great for record keeping and review as well. So one thing I would point out, this page is dependent on your region and industry of the portal being up to date. So I would encourage you, when this goes live, to head to portal settings, and under the tab information at the very bottom there is a region and an industry form here. So fill those out, keep them up to date so you can see the most relevant insights for your organization. Okay, and last but not least, you might remember we showcased the Explore dashboard last webinar. So that dashboard was going into early access. Well, now it's ready for all portals. So what I'm talking about is this one here. Now, the dashboard is the beginning of the work we're doing to help you more easily discover the right content for your team. So this dashboard will be switched on for portals with premium or marketplace enabled. And when we switch it on, you will see some default content blocks here. These are based on content generally available in GO1, but you can easily update these blocks to better align with what your workplace needs in terms of content topics. So you can either remove the blocks, or you can go into portal settings and there is a new tab which is called recommendations. So it just sits here, and much like the modal I showed you before for learners, it is exactly the same, but it applies at a portal level. So you can fill in who's learning and the topics relevant to your company. And based on what you fill in this form, it will update the Explore dashboard. Oh, bit of slow internet today. Sorry about that. Not getting anything through, but what you click in that topics form will update the Explore dashboard here. And on the topic of this, we've had some feedback about the search results page. So what I'm talking about is the page here. So when you search something in the topic bar, you arrive at the search results page. Now, this was updated last month. It was predominantly just an update to the way the page looks. The only addition was this new topics filter, which is what a GO1 defines as a content topic, and then the tag filter, which is what the author defines. Now, we did this just to help you find more content easily, but there has been feedback about this page, so we are making a few more updates as we go. So watch this space in terms of the search results page, and also more generally in terms of the work we're doing for content discovery. As you know, content is a big part of GO1, so we're trying to make it as easy as possible through different means for everybody to be able to find the right content for their organization. Now, apart from that, that's everything I have to show you as sneak peeks for what the product team is doing, but I do also have some general GO1 updates. So you might have seen in your portal a message from Luke, who's our senior product designer. He was talking about something called the GO1 Research Group. Now, we are looking for users who want to be part of different user studies and part of this group. So if you are interested in being part of the group, we've had some great feedback, and Luke's been chatting to a lot of our customers already, but if you would like to put your name down, you can jump on the link here to do that. And also last week, GO1 had its first client forum within Australia. So I just want to thank everybody who came to one of the 3 events. We had so much great feedback and lots of engagement from our audience. We actually also had some customers on the panel. So a big shout out to all the customers who spoke there. We hope if you did attend, you really enjoyed the event. It was great for networking and knowledge sharing. And we do have some fabulous photos from the day. So this event was just the beginning. We're hoping to have more, bigger, better, and overseas as well. So look out for information on more GO1 events coming very soon. Now, apart from that, that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed having Craig on the webinar this morning. He has some fabulous insights on IT. And I hope you enjoyed the little sneak peeks of what's to come. Everything I showed will be coming out in early access in June, or like I said, the Explore dashboard. It's going to all portals in June as well. So look forward to those. And thanks again. If you have questions, shoot us an email, product@go1.com. Otherwise, look forward to talking to everybody soon. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.